Hey guys, it's David here, and it's currently day 234. Hope you guys had a good day and are doing better than yesterday. Time is currently 6:02, and I feel absolutely amazing. Matter of fact, I think lately my hormones has got back to normal because now I have been getting my morning woods, which is something that I was lacking for quite a while. So I'm very happy about that, and I think that's just a good sign because that means my test is up. That means I'm gonna be more motivated. That means I'm gonna be more driven to just do the things I love doing, which isn't something I was lacking in, but it was just that I knew that something was off because even now I am sleeping so much better. So, very, very good news. But that being said, let's get the day started.
The time is currently 7:40, and I know I should be at the gym by now, but my tummy was a bit unwell, so I had to go to the bathroom, and I think my food didn't digest last night, which is why I probably weighed more today. So, that's good because then that means I could push hard at the gym without worrying about shit coming out. But that being said, today's going to be chest and triceps and shoulders, so it's going to be absolutely insane. And when I come back, I'm going to start tackling one of the projects I was supposed to do for coding. I'm supposed to write like a tribute page. I have no idea how I'm going to do it, but I like a challenge. I like a challenge, and I guess the thing that will make me get through this is to not view it as a threat. Although I don't know exactly what the heck I'm doing, if I start viewing this as a threat to my life, then I'm gonna panic, I'm gonna worry, I'm gonna sweat, I'm gonna stress. So view it as a challenge, guys. Take everything in life as a challenge. Nothing is going to hurt you. Nothing is going to make you worse off. The things you come across are only going to shape you stronger as a human being. So take on the challenge. And if you don't know how to do it, learn how to do it. Because everything doesn't come easy, guys. But just know we are fortunate enough to have the resources to go and seek the answer for ourselves. We don't need a mentor. We don't need this and that. Well, maybe we do need a mentor, but always try do it yourself first. There's no reason to not try yourself. Don't think you're incapable. Don't think that you're nothing because you didn't have good education or you didn't have the support of people. Know that you have yourself, and sometimes that is all you got. And sometimes that and your mind alone can achieve wonders. So go out and tackle the challenge. Don't be scared. Don't hold back because you'll be sorry if you held back and realizing that maybe I could have done it, but I was just a bit scared. I just didn't want to do it. So take on the challenge in life, guys, because we only have one shot at this. So depending on which route you're going to take, always take the one with the most resistance because you got to embrace discomfort. You got to be comfortable with discomfort to be better than yesterday. But that being said, guys, I'm gonna go have this amazing workout, push the absolute crap out of myself, and I'm gonna come back and I'll see you guys in a bit. And yesterday, time is currently 10:03, and yes, guys, the bulk is going a bit out of control, but I'm gonna stick with it because I have been seeing some great results. So a little bit of fat is okay, guys. You don't have to look perfect. You don't have to walk around with veins and shit. Just so good for yourself. And as long as you're making improvement in the right direction, who cares what the world would say? Because you know you are improving, and that is all that matters, guys. But it is getting around that time now to have some food, refuel, and get right into work. However, I do expect myself to kind of doze off because I did train pretty hard today. When I trained hard, I was sleeping through the work, but I hope that's not the case because I do not want to drink caffeine. I don't want to use any stimulants to boost me up because I want to try keep my body at a natural state as possible. Not saying that if you drink caffeine, you're going to be a freaking enhanced person, but it does somehow give you that extra energy, which our body just can't produce naturally. And I guess that's just kind of punishing myself, guys. Like a lot of people would just say, like, I'm tired, let me have some coffee, let me get up and have some energy. And it is honestly a punishment to put myself in this position to be uncomfortable when I have these resources to then again be comfortable, right? I'd rather sleep on the floor than sleep on the bed, It's a matter of choice. And I know that's totally weird, but I don't have to sleep on the floor. But it's just that it's a matter of choice that if you put yourself uncomfortable, then you're gonna build your character up still. You're gonna build your willpower, you're gonna build your strength, everything. And that puts you ahead of everyone else in the game. When people want to sleep on the bed, when people want to do this and that, and once you take away their luxury, they have nothing left. They start breaking down, they start crying, whinging, complaining. And that's the thing, guys. A lot of us are just too comfortable. And heck, even at the moment, I'm still too comfortable. There are certain things I could still take away from my life that could make me more uncomfortable. And I believe that is what we should do. Sometimes we are just too comfortable that we take everything for granted. We think we have a lot of time, so we don't care about time. We don't value about time. We think we have all the support, so we don't care about if we have another friend, or we don't care about if somebody encouraged us to do something better with ourselves. Because we take things for granted, guys. This is what it is. And I have taken things for granted as well. I used to be ungrateful. I used to think that everything should just come to me. I think that opportunities should just arrive at my desk like if I'm deserving of something. Like an absolute spoiled brat. But the thing is, and when I realized that the world doesn't give you shit for free, you have to work for it. And that's when I realized I gotta stop being so ungrateful of the things the world have gave me so far. I gotta be grateful of the things my parents, the people, and the world have given me thus far for the little amount of effort I had put into it. Like, before I'd done nothing and I received so many things: love, companion, comfort. All these, I didn't work for it. So how could we expect not to take things for granted? Because we were born like this. We think this is normal, but it's not, guys. And this will keep us weak. This will keep you at where you are now, because your mind think that everything should just come to you because you haven't put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. Now, I'm not saying you guys are living in a comfortable life. I'm not saying that I am living in a more uncomfortable life than you guys, because I don't know your situation. But all I can say is, I used to be there. When I was comfortable, I didn't work for anything. When I was comfortable, I just lived my day on autopilot. When I was comfortable, I just let time fly by me. Because I think this is just how it is. And I didn't want to fight for it because there's no reason to fight for it. If I had a bed, if I had a shelter, if I had food and water, if I had entertainment, then what is the other purpose? What reason was there left for me to work for something, to drive towards something? So this is why I take away things, because I feel like this puts us at a mental reset and makes us realize that we do have to do something. But this is all I gotta say. My food is done in the microwave, so I'm gonna have some food now, and I'll catch up with you guys in 3 hours or so. But it is going to be an absolute good day because I just already know, because I had mentally prepared myself for this. So I'll see you guys in a bit. Hey guys, it is currently 3:37. So I just did some coding and I did some reading. And what I came to realize though, although I am not retaining all the knowledge I had learned, I have retained what is important. I had remembered at least some of it. And I guess that's important. That is important to at least just understand a little bit. And we shouldn't be so stressed if we're learning something or learning a new skill and that we are not remembering everything. Alright, we are not this supercomputer who can remember all the information. Of course, it will be great if we can, but sometimes you have to ask yourself the question, what is the expense and the cost of me remembering everything compared to just remembering a little bit and moving on to improve more? Because sometimes we just have certain amount of time. We don't have an infinite amount of time. So sometimes we just gotta stop being so perfect and seeking for perfection, hoping that we learn every single nuances, learning what this means and how this works and how these two things work together. Sometimes we could argue it's not important to know everything. Sometimes we just need to know enough to be great. And that is all it is, guys. We just need to know a little bit, and that is all we need. We don't need to know every single bit to be good at something, because that comes with experience. but you have to learn everything first to have that experience. So I guess being too stressed about trying to retain all the knowledge may not even be that important for me at the moment, because certainly I don't have to understand everything to develop something, to make a software, to make an app. Of course, trial and error, I do believe, guys, is the best way to learn. It's not reading some text on a book, it's not listening to some podcast, it's not doing something off a YouTube channel. It's actually practicing it and learning from mistake. Because to me, that is the only way that I had learned effectively. To me, that is the only way I had retained knowledge, is actually practicing, putting in the reps, and actually doing the work through trial and error. Learn from failure, and you will remember. Trust me, guys. If you don't fail, then you never will learn from your lessons. Seeking for perfection is an absolute waste of time, in my opinion. I do believe that we have to be wise enough at times to understand there's a fine line between perfection and good enough. And sometimes good enough is all we need. Because when we seek for perfection, we look for every single tiny details that may be insignificant in the first place. So we gotta stop worrying about learning everything. We have to stop worrying about knowing how everything works down to the decimal point. Just know the basics, just know the commonalities, and eventually you'll learn the tiny details through trial and error. But that is all I gotta say for today. Right now, I probably will head into another work block and try just do some more work. Although my head is a bit fuzzy, it is about embracing the discomfort. It is about just putting yourself in the fire and burn. That is all it is, guys. That is all it is for you to improve yourself. I wish there was another way. I wish there was an easier way. But unfortunately, this is the reality. If you want to be better than everyone else, then you have to go against the grain. You have to go against our human nature, and that is to live in pain and avoid pleasure. But that being said, I'll see you guys in a bit. So, guys, it is that time of the day, and it is currently 7:31. Well, actually, this is take two because my first video just doesn't want to upload, so I have to do it again. But pretty much today has been an absolute successful day. Why is that? Because yesterday I was very stressed. I was trying to figure out how to do this programming, coding project, and I was there for like an hour just scratching my head, just killing myself, honestly. But then today, I was trying to avoid that because I remembered how tedious it was last night. But when I came to work today, when I decided to open that coding sheet, I actually went through easily. And the mistake I made was actually a spelling error. So what I realized is that perhaps we can reach a certain point of maximum mental capacity. And perhaps, and there's a chance that yesterday I had found mine. Now, I do know that our mental capacity can be stretched. I know that it's like a muscle and it can be improved and made stronger. So I know my mental capacity doesn't end just here. I know yesterday I have pushed the bounds so that it can grow much more. It can get stronger. It can be more disciplined and just how I love it. So I know yesterday I had stretched the limits, which is absolutely amazing. And that's what I want to see. That's what I want for myself because I know it will bring me to a place where I want to be. And I know training the mind will get us there. Training your mind will make you become the person you want to be. So yesterday, just hitting at my mental capacity or even coming close to it was absolutely amazing. So I'm just grateful that that was the case. And I'm grateful that today I actually managed to get through with the project because otherwise I definitely will be crying because it is definitely something I just don't want to be stuck on. Now, of course, there's a limit between how many pain you have to endure. Obviously, if you find passion, if you find joy in the work you do, then it won't become painful anymore. It won't become a chore. Although you're still working, you enjoy the work. Now, the person who fails to find joy, the person who fails to find purpose in what he does, will have to endure that pain for longer until he finds that. But if you don't, then you're pretty much just enduring extra discomfort for no reason. Of course, enduring more discomfort builds your character up more. However,
going to the extremes comes at a price. You may build your character, you may build this mental toughness, but at what cost? You're going to get fatigued, you're going to burn out, and you're going to experience that sooner. But however, and this is the only but, if you are someone who can manage to overcome that burnout and that fatigue, despite how much pain you're going through, then applause to you, because you are part of someone who majority of people can't even endure. And if you can do that, you're going to excel above everyone else, and you're going to be almost like a god figure, because that's pretty much who you are. You have control over your total mind and your emotions that no mortal can do, right? That it's just not possible. But of course, there are people out there who are that insane, and we look up to them and we wonder, man, who gave birth to them? They are extreme discipline. They don't care about their feelings, and they just live through life just like. But here's the catch, guys. The people who almost appear godlike, almost appear immortal with extreme discipline, were once like you. Were once like you who had absolutely no commitment, absolutely no responsibilities, and procrastinate the shit out of life. But those people choose to work on that. Those people choose to put themselves in the fire over and over and over again, no matter what. And no matter how many times they get burned, they will jump back in there and get burned again, because they know that scar will stay with them forever. And that scar is a resemblance of the badges, of the honor, of the pain and suffering they went through to be where they are today. So, like them, we have to earn our badges. Like them, we have to throw ourselves in the fire and get the scars. Because only then can we engrave that mental discipline, can we then engrave that willpower to push on and achieve more with our life. Because our life is worth more than now, and I can promise you that. Because even though you think life ends here, even though you are content with life right now, I can tell you life will be better if you just put yourself back in the fire and come out again and go back in. Because life doesn't end until you say it does. But this pretty much is all I gotta say for today. I hope you guys had learned something from this, but if not, like always, I'll be here for you guys tomorrow. But until then, good night.